Alright, just making sure that works. I'm sure you guys can hear me alright. I got dressed up for the occasion as well. Not the Miles Morales suit, I am looking at that, but thought I'd get dressed for the occasion either way. Where's the thing? There we go. Yep, okay, so that works. YouTube should already share it, which it did. Oh, sorry, Discord should have shared it. Put you there. Put you there. Put you there. Put you there. Okay. Get out of Discord. Probably won't share it to Twitter this time. Do I need anything else? Maybe like tags? Might put that in real quick. Okay, might go with that. That should be enough. So just save that real quick. Get out of you. Don't need that anymore. Don't need you. Okay, so let's see if I can hear myself. Yep. Let's fix up the mask as well. That would help. Alright, so we, as you guys can see by the title, are going to be having a look at the Spider-Man Miles Morales live extended gameplay reveal. This came out about 2 days ago from my time zone, because it's Monday today. The other thing I was just thinking of, probably can't edit that whilst I'm doing this, I think. But if I can go to here, go to here, that should come up on my thing. I'm just making sure it comes up. Yep, it works. Yes, I got suited up for it Lightning. Not the Miles suit. I am actually looking at getting that one next, but I thought might as well get suited up for the occasion. If you guys do want to check out my cosplay, you can find it over on my Instagram. The link's in the description below if you want to go and check it out there. Do I need anything else? Yeah, it's in the description. So it's Instagram and Twitter that I have down there. I don't have anything else. Pretty much. I mean, I got Discord, but I haven't showed it. But yeah, chat's working as well. Let me just switch back to me for a sec. I'm just going to check something. So desktop audio will be captured. That's good. Okay. This goes for about 53 minutes, so we're pretty good with that. Might as well just kick it off. See how we go. So this video or stream, I haven't seen it all yet, so this is a live reaction, pretty much. I was trying to think of what to do. Excuse me. for a video this week. I wasn't too sure, but I figured out maybe this will be a good idea and to try something new. And if you guys are interested in seeing me showcase my cosplay on YouTube, I'd be happy to do that. But I think in the meantime, might as well get straight ahead with the reaction. Let's make sure this is up.
Hello, Marvelites. I'm Anjali Crochet, and it is my ultimate privilege to host this spectacular live stream brought to you by PlayStation and Marvel, where we will be presenting an extended look at PS5 gameplay for Marvel Spider-Man or Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Whatever you want to call it.
I am beyond ready to see some Miles Morales web-swinging action, and if that weren't enough, we actually have a couple surprises lined up for you. So make sure you're staying tuned in. So speaking of, I am not doing this alone tonight. I would love to welcome two amazing guests who just happen to know a thing.
So Brian Horton, who is the creative director for this game, Brian Intihar was the creative director on the last game. James Ham, I'm going to find out about you, what your role is.
Or two about this game. James Ham, senior animator at Insomniac Games.
Senior animator, there you go.
Creative director at Insomniac Games. James, Brian, what's up?
Hey, thanks for having us. It's great to be here.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for this. There's so much excitement. I've seen both of you online and just hype every single day about all of the goodness that is coming folks' way with the release of this game. I want to ask a couple questions before we get to the gameplay, particularly because I love this game so much, and I know it is bringing folks who are game fans, but also folks who are Miles fans, but also folks who are just like, this is so incredible and so beautiful. James, for those who might be newer to the behind the scenes of game development, can you break down your role as senior animator?
So I am a senior animator on Spider-Man Miles Morales. And with that, that's giving life to the character. That's bringing all the nuances that bring him to life, from swinging to combat to cinematics. That's the role of an animator. It's the art of movement and making sure that he feels unique and he feels realistic in the Spider-Man world.
I will have more questions for that later. But
can kind of hear an echo from the video. Okay. Where would that be? So that's a desktop audio thing. Properties. I think the echo is it might be the webcam, I think. So what I might do, I'll mute the webcam for a bit. So let me know if this fixes it. So I'm just going to mute it now.
For you, Brian, tell us a little bit about your role as creative director on the game.
Well, I have the privilege of working with talented people like James and many others to craft a vision for this game. We work closely with our partners at Marvel Games and SIE to do that. But ultimately, Insomniac Games, we're passionate about this character. Brian Intihar introduced him in the first game, and it was just...
Sorry, I had to unmute for a sec, because hello to you, Lewis. But Lightning, did that fix it? Okay, so it's because of the webcam, that's why. I could change it, like I could plug in my headphones or something and have the the webcam audio come from something else, but that's gonna be a problem. So I might just have to leave it as it is, which means I am gonna have to mute myself. But yeah.
It's been my honor to be a director working with all the talented people, the artists, the designers, the animators, the sound designers, you name it, the actors that are involved in making a video game.
Well, that's a perfect segue, because for those who are familiar with Marvel Spider-Man for PS4, we did meet a teenage Miles Morales. We find out he has some Spidey powers, and we get a little bit of a chance to play with him in Marvel Spider-Man for PS4. But now this game really is bringing Miles to the forefront. This is a Miles story, and he is on his superhero journey. For both of you, and for folks who are extremely curious, where are we finding Miles, and what, if anything, has evolved since we first met him?
So we saw Miles as a kid who's enthusiastic.
Okay, back again. You don't mind, just wanted to let me know. That's all good. I might be able to... let me see what it's like, just whilst it's unmuted.
He's a big fan of Spider-Man, and he happens to run into him through tragedy. His father dies in that game, and Peter sort of takes him under his wing, introduces him to Aunt May, and he works at Feast, so he volunteers. But he has the spirit of a hero already. So when he's bitten by a spider, we get to see him get these amazing powers. He reveals those powers to Peter at the end of the first game. And then in this game, we're about a year later, and we get to see Miles' coming of age superhero journey as he's really on his own. And we get to see that he gets to understand and meet all the people of Harlem, which is his new home. And that's the people he's fighting for.
That's amazing. And for you, James, I also know, like, this has been a year. And so this has been a year that he has had a chance to be a little bit more into his powers, figure those things out. And I think that's really come across in the game. has he evolved in that aspect?
Well, in the beginning, we wanted to make sure that he definitely felt different from Peter, but we also wanted him to feel like he aspired to be Peter. He always looked up to Peter. He was a fanboy, and trying to find this balance of him being in this role for a year now, and trying to have that balance of inexperience, but also feeling like, hey, I am Spider-Man. I have to do this. This is my responsibility to be Spider-Man, to be a hero that I need to be.
So it would be putting it lightly to say that fans are eagerly awaiting the release of this game. I know I am. What are you most excited for fans to see when they get their hands, when the download is done, when they've put in the game into the system? Like, what are you ready for?
Well, I just can't wait for the fans to see all of the nuances that we put into the character. He really does feel like he's his own Spider-Man, and he's going to have his own personal journey. So I'm really proud of the story that we're telling. It is a story of Miles Morales, a kid trying to learn about his new home, and he's also Miles Morales, the superhero, and just experiencing this coming of age story in a place of warmth and culture of Harlem. All of those things I'm really excited for people to experience.
Yeah, and I'm excited for people to go on this journey with Miles, just figuring it out as he's figuring out how to do things, how to accomplish certain goals that he wants to accomplish. And when it comes to combat, seeing the animations that were done for the finishers and throughout traversal, seeing all of the tricks, I definitely can't wait for everyone to see how many tricks there are. We could talk more on that later. The traversal, seeing how he's inexperienced, and something that I always kind of grew up with, my mom told me, was like, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's how you grow. And I feel like that's something that Miles going through as he's learning. And that's why he's in these awkward positions. But if you're in these positions, how do you get yourself out of this? And I feel like going through that journey with Miles is definitely felt throughout the gameplay.
I love it. Okay, so we're about to get a chance to see the extended look at the PS5 gameplay of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. But before we do, a quick note for the techies out there. So another thing that I love about this game, we'll be watching at 30 frames per second at high definition. That's 1080p for those of us out there who are like, what does that mean? And when you play Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales for PS5, though, you'll actually have options. You can play the game in performance mode, which optimizes for targeted 60 frames per second at 4K, or play in fidelity mode, which allows you to play at 30 frames per second with ray tracing, enhanced lighting, and additional visual effects. For those out there who are like, Angelique, please speak English. I don't know what that means. Or who are like, oh my God, this is great. Can both of you kind of explain why these options exist and why these options are so amazing?
Well, that's one of the amazing things about the power of the PS5 is we have so much more power to play with. We have near instant load, so you can basically go right from the start screen into the game in a matter of a couple seconds. It's truly amazing. And with you have 4K 30 frames per second, what ray tracing is, it's a tech word for reflections. So imagine every glass surface, every wet street, you're going to see perfect reflections all throughout the city, and it really brings New York to life. So if you really love that extra fidelity and you want that computer graphics high end, you're going to go for the fidelity mode. But if you want responsiveness and fast fluid frame rate, that butter smooth, targeted 60 frames per second at 4K, that I have to say it's a really tough sell. James, do you have your favorite?
Yeah, I love to play in 60 just because it feels so smooth, and Miles just kind of glides across the screen. And again, it's that responsiveness and seeing all the little intricacies that we put into the animation of his personality throughout the gameplay and everything like that. You really get to see it in 60 frames per second. So that's my personal favorite to play in.
I love it. And I can't wait for folks to find out what their personal favorite is going to be. But in the meantime, we are going to get to this extended gameplay right now. So for those who are out there watching, we're going to be sticking around. We're not going anywhere. And honestly, James and Brian, as they're watching this, I hope that you will give folks some inside scoops on the awesomeness we're going to be able to see. So please note that we are going to be chiming in. There is going to be commentary. It is going to be So amazing. I'm sorry, that's all I got. It's Spider-Man, it's amazing, it's ultimate, it's superior. I'm ready for it. All right then, it's time. Enough for me. Here comes a look at the extended PS5 gameplay of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Gracias, chico.
De nada. That is so cool. I got you.
Hey, thanks.
No problem. Hey, you think you're gonna add that new Spider-Man too?
The kid? Yeah, maybe. Original's just my guy, you know?
Yeah, I know. Hey, is Teo's Bodega around here?
Yeah, bright yellow sign down the block. Can't miss it.
Thanks. Beautiful work. By the way, maybe leave a little room for the new guy, just in case. The convoy.
All right, James, the transversal. Can we talk about this? It is so fresh, so new, so different, but also so unique. How do you even start?
Initially, I just wanted to make him feel different, and Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man, Peter was done so well. My first thought was, how do I even do anything different from that? What are some ideas I could try? So one of the first things was introducing this reverse fall mechanic. That Miles can do, and I went about that just by that right there. trying to figure out a way to make him feel uncomfortable and different is something that I haven't seen in the video game before. And going from there and introducing some parts of experience, just throwing your body, just throwing your body around and just out.
Word. And I love this because in all of it, we talked about this uncomfortableness. Miles is in a new part of the city. Miles is a new home. There's so many details in Harlem for folks who have lived in New York, for folks who have just visited, like that whole statement about there's going to be, service on the Harlem line, right? In developing out the creative surroundings for Miles, like what was the first thought about this new move to Harlem and what really needed to be there, Ryan?
Yeah, the heart and soul of this game is Harlem. So we wanted to make sure that all the detail was going to be expressed in it. Murals in the wall, the culture, the people.
Very carefully. Okay, go time.
Helix 2 en route, heavy payload.
Copy, Helix 2, we've got you on scope.
This is a big operation.
It's gotta be. Hundreds of felons escaped from the raft last year. Now it's time to move them back in. Police aren't taking any chances, especially not with our guest of honor.
Getting a lot of interference here.
One of those guys who helped Doc Ock is in there?
Think so. Could be Vulture, could be Scorpion, could be someone bigger. Okay, we got a problem. Hold back, Miles. Let me take...
I got this, Pete. Don't worry.
Miles, no!
It's secure.
You're drifting, Helix 2.
We have a weight imbalance.
Corrected 236.
Rudders unresponsive. Brace for impact. Helix 2 going down.
Helix 2 is going down.
Brace. Helix 2 is down. No casualties. Payload compromised.
Response team dispatched. Sit tight, Helix 2.
Pete, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. We got this. Just need to contain it before... Before that happens.
Hello, tiny spiders.
Miles, I've got Rhino, but you have to contain the escapees.
Right. Insane. I'm on it.
So one of the things I also love about this is Peter is off somewhere else doing his thing. They're really a team, and this fighting again back to like this whole unique, a little, he's still trying to figure out how to control movement and power. Like, are there any unique powers that Miles has that, fans should be looking out for? I know there's been some tease, but he does fight very different than Peter does.
Yeah, James, you want to take that one?
Sure. Yeah. When making Miles, we wanted to make sure that it felt familiar but different. So because he's learned from Peter, there's some similarities, but like you see, like when he knocks the enemy up in the air, he's using his feet to knock him. He's watching our Rhino here, but he does keep a little differently. He finds his own way to accomplish that same goal of knocking the person up, knocking them back, and of course, eventually using his bioelectrical powers and that comes to gameplay a lot.
Love it. And so I don't think it's a secret. Rhino is now in this situation. And I don't know about other folks. So like when you finally said tiny spider, I was like, oh, this is about to get real rambunctious. Are we gonna see any other villains that are familiar?
Absolutely. The idea of a rogues gallery and Spider-Man they go hand in hand. So Rhino, what's really compelling about him is we saw him in the first game when Miles didn't have powers. So now we get to fight him as a Spider-Man. He's going to manifest his first bioelectric power to defeat him and save his mentor. So that's a really exciting part of this journey. And then when we think about other villains, we wanted to make sure we brought something new. So now we're talking about the Tinkerer, who is the leader of the Underground. And this is a villain who's one of the oldest classic Spider-Man villains, but we refreshed the Tinkerer for a modern day. And they've created these amazing programmable matter weapons, which are these sci-fi weapons that can transform into any shape. So you're going to see a bunch of new villains in the game, and we've already teased Prowler, which is another classic Miles villain.
I love it.
How we doing? 10 for generating spectacle, 1 for minimizing destruction. Tomorrow's Bugle headline's gonna be a doozy.
Worst thing out of this is a bad headline? I'ma count us lucky. Oh, crap, doing her bad. Hey, this is starting to feel real bad, man.
Don't think like that. We're going to stop him, as long as we work together. Speaking of, mind giving me a hand up here?
Yeah, I got you. Okay, Pete. Yeah, I got this.
Take it away, Capo.
Whoa, wait, not the ball.
Hang on tight, tiny spider!
Spider-Man, hey! Need a little help? Hey! Whoa!
Coming in high.
Gotcha! And you're safe!
You too.
Wow! Do you have any non-destructive hobbies?
Fly fishing! On the Volga!
That sounds nice!
The power over life and death!
Oh, baby!
Excites me!
That's nice! Gotcha!
Thank you!
You're welcome! Don't care, baby! Hey! You know you're ruining Christmas, right?
The last 6 Christmases I was locked behind 30 feet of steel! I intend to enjoy this one! He's a menace! Too soft. He's a low-energy menace! Too easy. Maybe he's a weak-minded... Oh!
Hey, Jonah! Looking good!
Very fast.
Menace! A feckless, treacherous, unhinged menace! Get out! Right here!
Mijo, ¿dónde está? It's getting late.
Hey, Mom! Yeah, coconut milk. Still trying to find it. Been kind of...
Is it picking me up at all? I don't think it's picked me up at all on the mic. Can you guys just confirm? Because I haven't heard me at all. Okay, it's picking me up now. I think I've been muted most of the... Well, no, I wasn't muted, but I don't think it was picking me up for some reason. Maybe. Alright, I can look back at this and I can explain some things I was already mentioning before, but I got the mic working now, so we'll go with that.
An adventure.
Are you funny?
Yeah, sorry. Trying to catch a train.
Mira, ya mentiros. Grab the milk and hurry home, please.
Sí, ma. Te quiero mucho.
También te quiero.
Now or never, Miles. We gotta stop him.
On my way.
Okay, one other thing that's just happening right now is the webcam is... Like, I'm hearing this little pop noise sort of happen. What I might do is I might keep myself muted for the rest of the gameplay, and then I'll go back without the sound on for, like, the gameplay, and I can talk over sort of my thoughts and stuff. So... we'll go with that. Just for now, because clearly it wasn't picking me up before.
go down fast!
Yeah, what do we do?
Let us raise temperature.
Oh, bad, very bad!
I keep hearing that pop noise. I don't know what it's coming from. Let me check that. That says this. So I'm going to change that to that. Alright. I'm just taking the headphones off for a bit. Because that is really annoying. So I need to change that to speakers. Done. Alright, so I'll go back to being muted and go from there.
Pete, are you okay? No.
No! Okay, I've got him! Headed your way. Be ready.
Okay. Yeah. Lighter. Need a minute.
There's so much to break down, so much spidery goodness. I love the fact that we got J. Jonah in Santa Claus suit. Darren DePaul, brilliant human being. But at this point, we have gotten to see some major parts of New York City, and some major destruction, and a lot of Easter eggs. Like should folks just be paying attention, like the insomniac symbol and the mall? Should folks be paying attention throughout this game?
You don't want to on the secret everywhere. And the team brings those together. Like that insomniac sign. That was just one of our garment saying. What if you had an insomniac sign? And then I think James animated that, right?
Yeah, I stole the sign from somewhere and just stuck it in there. Like, hey, let's just go with this. And hopefully we can keep this in. So and luckily the insomniac sign.
I love it.
Also, I feel like you know
the teamwork here, the assist that we get, it's so well crafted to spotlight Miles' powers. What should folks be looking out for as they're learning how to maneuver and really do the gameplay of the game? It seems like it is really accessible, but also there's so many little intimate details to it.
Yeah, I think the thing that's amazing about the system is it's got accessibility, but then it's hard to master. We're about to see a scene here that's super important to his art.
Pete. Wake up, man.
This spider is broke. I would like to exchange for you. This won't do.
Miles, get out of here! Back? The hell?
Yeah, get him. Hell yeah.
What was that?
You just saw Miles get his bioelectricity for the first time to help save Peter Parker.
They can't. No one can see me. I'm losing it. It looks so amazing. What? Clearly, this is one of Miles' core powers. It is so essential into making him different. What was the thought process on having him discover it at this moment, instead of him just knowing?
Well, we wanted to make sure there was an emotional moment tied to each of these powers manifesting. If you think about it, as in a coming-of-age story, your key moment to influence your life, saving his mentor was essential. And that's why that power came to save.
And for you, James, like there's so much amazing detail that's happening right now in this battle. You know, were there any particular challenges that you just had to get? You had to get them right. Particularly with Rhino.
Absolutely. I mean, Rhino's a big guy. Try to animate. Luckily, we have some animators that did an amazing job bringing him to life and adding new moves to the arsenal. Like this here, where Miles dodge over, figuring out what the mechanics want with them. And this move. Well.
You alive? Kinda. Guys? Wow. Just wow. Simon Craig, head of R&D at Roxxon Energy. Pleasure to meet you. You too. Sorry. I think our ball landed in your yard. No. Actually did us a favor. We just bought the place, planning to tear down for a build. But looks like you beat us to it. I wanted to thank you. Both of you. Taking down Rhino? Solo? You weren't going places, bud.
Thanks. But he's still dangerous.
Nah, we'll hold him for the police. You know, I always think these super troopers are overkill until something like this happens. Oh, Judy calls. Hey, really great to meet you both. Future's looking bright. Hello. Hey. He's right. Yeah. Let's clear out. Let the police do their job. Yeah, okay.
So we met a new character at the end of this who I guess we should be paying attention to.
Yeah, that's Simon Krieger. He's head of the new form project for Roxxon. So he is definitely going to be a big player in the story.
Wow. So we're back from having seen this gameplay of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales here on the special live stream brought to you by PlayStation and Marvel. I am here.
Okay, so yeah, his Venom Shock. So it's called Venom Punch, I believe. Just make sure I can hear myself. Okay, probably not that. Let's use the other one. Oh wait, I had two mics on. Well, how do I put this? I'm really looking forward to this game, absolutely. I think what I will do, I'm going to mute this. Actually, I can just mute the desktop audio in general. So, some things I picked up just from the gameplay. So, we're going to go back to the beginning. So obviously the load time from the pause menu right into the game is really fast, and I really like that detail. Like, that's a really cool detail. What else was there? The music. So it has that effect of, as soon as he pulls his headphones off, there's the change of how much of it you can hear because he's got them off. So generally, if you have your headphones off and you have them like sitting on your neck, you can like hear it coming from down here that's not in your ears, if you get what I mean by that. So that's a nice little detail that I really like in games, is when they tweak the audio to be able to match that. Another one I noticed, what else was there? I was saying with the web swinging, it's very, excuse me, Miles is very fluent in his web swinging, like, he's very unique. And that's what I love about this, is that he's gonna feel like a different character. Not exactly I mean, like, he's very similar to Peter, yes, but he's also very unique in his own way, because his web swinging, is different. And I noticed that he does the thing where he puts his hands behind his head, just like in Into the Spider-Verse. But like, he's a lot more loose, because Peter's obviously been Spider-Man for 8 years. Miles has only just started, and this literally is taking place right after the events of the PS4 game. Technically a year later, or at least a couple of months, or a few months or so. Because I noticed in the... well, first of all, this scene, if it didn't actually pick up my voice before, I saw this already, like, yesterday or the day before, like, just this scene, like, this bit. Also, you can see it's Ben Jordan's face for the new Spider-Man. John Bubniak was, of course, the original face. Excuse me. Unfortunately, they replaced John with Ben. I didn't see anything wrong with John at all, just in my opinion. So yeah, this is looking pretty awesome. But Ben, I'm sure, will grow on me. It's just, there was nothing wrong with John in the first place. They could have just, like, tweaked it so that he, it looked good for the PS5. They should have just kept John and tweaked that from there, instead of having to recast him, because no one had a problem with it. That's just what I'm saying. But Ben will probably grow on me a little bit. He kind of is. But yeah, I just wanted to, that's all I wanted to say. I like this little detail though, drinking coffee upside down. Very slowly. There just happens to be a trash can down there. Now, of course, we've already seen this cutscene. This was, what do you call it? There just happens to be a trash can down there. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure I could hear myself, that's all. But yeah, we've already seen this cutscene. The mask that Miles has is the same one that Peter obviously gave him at the end of the City That Never Sleeps DLC, which we see when they're on top of, I think it's Empire State Building, and he jumps off. Excuse me. I didn't wake up long ago, actually. Probably like almost 2 hours ago. No. Actually, yeah, I was up 2 hours ago. Anyway, what else is there? So, of course, we got the Rhino and we remember in the first game how Miles did go up against the Rhino technically, but he didn't have powers, but he was able to escape the Rhino, and now he gets to fight him again, but with powers this time. And then here's the raft prisoners who have to be sent back to Rikers. No, why am I saying Rikers? It's the raft. Or is it Rikers Island? Is Raft on the Rikers Island? I have no idea. What else is there? So, of course, he has a similar fighting style, but he's different as well. What else was there? The same thing Peter would do. I love this move that Peter does and just whacks Rhino into the building. That's really cool. What else do we get? So we got the truck. That guy almost got ran over. Chase scene starts. Miles is coming in to help. So you can go through buildings. Hey, Ben, good to see you. I got dressed for the occasion, hence why the suit. Well, I mean, okay. It's not the Miles suit, but it's still something. SpongeBob, technique. Yep, pretty much that. What else is there? Oh, that little blue trail, that's similar to... Reminds me of Black Cat in the PS4 game. Get rid of that. Where's the shopping mall? Oh yeah, this is where they transition. So like, they've got a good amount of teamwork in this, for sure. And then of course, running into the mall. Where's that Insomniac Easter egg? That should be coming up in a moment. Right here. Yep. So this is the Insomniac Games logo that they've got up on the in the mall. Surprisingly. Oh, this mall does look nice though. Well, at least Miles has got a good idea of what he's doing, so that's pretty decent. What else is there? Oh, yep, and then this scene, classic scene with Jameson. We finally get to see him physically for the first time in the Santa suit. I really want to see more of Jono in this game. If we can, like, see him physically, like, just himself, I'd be happy with that. Like, I want to be able to see him in that too. Like, don't get me wrong. I love it that he's in the Santa suit. But if we can also see him physically, like, just as, like, casually normal, that'd be pretty cool to see. Rio, his mom. This leads into the part where, Peter is almost killed. And ouch, you get flung all the way there. So Peter's alright at this point. The music in this scene was pretty dope as well, I'll say that. So you get another look at missiles again, just like in the previous game. What else is there? So just more fighting. Get a couple of takedowns. Takedowns are pretty unique in this too, so that's good. Like I said, he's a lot more loose with his web swinging. and just combat in general. Whew. Excuse me. What else is there? There's the Rhino. Again, where's the cutscene where he... Yeah, okay. So this is a very important cutscene. As they stated, it's a very important part of his story arc, and I can totally agree with that. Now, first time we saw this scene, of course, was when Miles had his classic suit equipped. So it wasn't this one. I didn't even know that this was going to be the first level, but clearly they're showing us stuff from the first level. And then this is, of course, where his bioelectrokinesis comes in. Or the Venom Punch, as we would call it. Which is pretty powerful, from the looks of it. So this is a very pitiful moment in his story arc. And then, yeah, so Venom Punch unlocked. This looks really dope, though. Like, I love how this looks. So they get the same old. We get inside, the fight continues. And it's a nice little finisher. So L1 and square to Venom Punch. So he doesn't have a health bar or anything. It's just keep going. Oh, what happens here again? Oh yeah, dodges and then bang. And that's it. He's out for the count. Peter's alive, which is good. Besides, Insomniac said that they want to continue Peter's story. Yeah, they want to continue Peter's story. So there is going to be a sequel to the game. Like, as in the PS4 game. So the Miles one is just a side story. But it's still pretty good. Now this dude, I forgot your name, actually. But he's the head of Roxxon. Oh, Simon. Simon Krieger, I think it was. There's going to be more to him in this story, I would say. He kind of reminds me a little bit of, like, Norman Osborn in the PS4 game. So he might be that type of character who's in the Rise of Power, but don't know much else about him yet. So he could be good, but he could end up being bad as well. He might be helping the Tinkerer, maybe. So this is Roxxon. We got the Roxxon guards here. So I'm not sure when. What is it? The Tinkerer. I don't know when she's going to come in exactly. In fact, it could be a he. It's a he or a she, but I think from the body shape kind of looks like it's a she. I doubt it's going to be Yuri, because Yuri in the comics, she became Raph. So I reckon they should save Yuri for, like, Peter's story. So in maybe Marvel's Spider-Man 2, whatever they're going to call it, I reckon that's when they should bring Yuri in, because in the comics she becomes Raph, like I said. So I wonder who the Tinkerer could be then. That's a good question. Unless if they end up going down the path of making Yuri the Tinkerer in this universe, that would be an interesting detail. So we'll find out, obviously, when we play it. So it's going to be quite interesting. What else is there? Is there anything else? Oh, yes, this is where they swing off, and I think... Yeah, so they swing off, and that's about it for the gameplay, so... I might leave that there. I don't really have much else to talk about. It was just the extended gameplay was really what I wanted to look at. But honestly, really looking forward to this game. At this point in time, though, I will be starting off by playing this on the PS4. Unless if somehow I'm able to get a PS5 on Friday. I'll find out what happens, but... Sorry, Thursday, not Friday. We'll see what happens. But, of course, I will be sure to get gameplay of Spider-Man PS5 up. My guess is it will be a she, since they probably want more female characters. Yeah, I could see that happening. My guess is it's female just because of the body shape. That's my perspective. But we don't exactly know yet. Unless if, like, I don't know. I have to look back at that gameplay footage again, actually. That's a good point. What else is there? So, in terms of how I'm going to record the gameplay, it's either going to be... it won't be a live stream, but it's either going to be a commentary series or I'm going to keep it at no commentary. Now, no commentary would definitely be a lot easier for me to edit, whilst commentary would add more to it, but at the same time, it's more editing, and it's hard for me to actually find time to actually get footage with commentary in it, so it honestly really depends. I think at this point in time, it may just end up being... You think he'll try to get a PS4? So do you not have the PS4 or anything? Because PS5, I really don't know when that's going to be, like, properly available on, like, the shelves of stores and stuff. I know, for the launch day, it's going to be online sales only, which is why my theory is... Oh my god, wait. Nose is itchy. My theory is... what was it? So, my theory is there is a possibility that there are going to be more PS5s available on the morning of its release. Like, early morning or something. That's just my theory. I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, I'm going to try and get one. And hopefully play this on the PS5. That's what I'm hoping. Because I've got other games I'm looking forward to, such as... what do we got? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Hogwarts Legacy. Gotham Knights. Godfall has interested me lately. Spirit of the North was another one. That came out on PS4 already, though, but it's coming out on PS5 next month, on the 4th. Yeah. You'd like to see how I edit my videos? You know what? I could... Oh, actually, that's a good idea. I could do a tutorial on how I edit my videos. But the thing is that... like I said, it's going to depend slightly because of whether or not I can get a PS5. Because if I get a PS5, we're not trading in the PS4 or anything straight away. So there is a chance that maybe I can look at doing a tutorial on how I edit my stuff on Share Factory, but that may not be until probably after I finish recording Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man as well, by the way, is going to be 7 to 10 hours long for the story. That's what I found out. altogether, I think it's going to take about 18 hours to fully complete. I think. So I'll have to double check that. But yeah, 7 to 10 hours for the story, which means I should be able to get all of the story done in 2 days, hopefully. If I don't get a PS5 this Thursday, I will have more time to get Spider-Man footage. And my plan is I'm going to try to get at least one part released every day. Like, one day after the other. Or I can do, say, like a morning upload and a night upload. It really depends. So I'm going to try my best to get these together. Thank you, Lightning. I'm just going to get as much recording done as I can. I really don't want the story spoiled for me on YouTube because that would be bad. And no one wants to have the story spoiled. So, yeah. I don't really have much else to say apart from that. As I've mentioned, I can't get rid of that. Oop. So, I'm probably going to leave that there. So, thank you for stopping by. This was a very interesting stream to do. I stopped yawning. I already woke up. What do you call it? Like, obviously, like, I think this is the first stream that I've used a face cam in a long time. Obviously, I haven't shown my face. I kind of am thinking of doing that, but I kind of want to build the channel up more before I actually do that. So that's why I'll be using the face rig still as another thing. It just really depends at this point. But yeah, I will leave that there. Thank you for tuning in. And I will probably get a Spyro and Cinder video uploaded just before Miles Morales comes out. But then after the Spyro video, that is when pretty much majority of my content for the time being is going to be Miles Morales. I don't know how long I'll make the episodes either. Probably like 20 to 30 minutes each. It's gonna really depend. So the first video, well, the first part, technically people have already seen. Although, if I do it as no commentary, then they can actually watch it with no commentary completely, which would probably be a good idea. So I'll see how it goes, but yeah. Yeah, my pleasure, Lightning. It's a pleasure to have you stop by, of course, as always. But yeah, so I'll leave it there now, and